Hello, today I want to make a video about the expression I love you. Now, we hear this a lot. Hear people say, I love you, and what does it mean? You might say to a friend, I love you, man, I have much love for you, or hey, I love you, buddy, or I love you, or you say to someone, hey, I love you, or you say, bye, mom, I love you, okay, talk to you later, love you. What does it mean? Why do we say it? Is it necessary? And should we tell the person who told us I love you in return? So let's make a scenario. You're talking to somebody who you haven't seen for a while, and they're telling you about the situation. Maybe they got a new job, they got a new relationship, they had a child, whatever it is. Something in their life has been augmented and made new and better, and they want to share it with you. And you talk for a while. And the person is of the opposite sex. Okay? And so at the end of the conversation, you say, you know what? It was nice talking to you. I love you. I'm happy for you. And take care and goodbye. Now, if there is a dead silence after you tell a person I love you, you think to yourself, oh, was that wrong? Was it wrong for me to tell this person who I'm, for one, not in a relationship that is romantic? We're not really always in the same proximity, or maybe we each have a relationship with someone else, or whatever. You ask yourself, why did I say these words? Why did I say I love you, this person? Well, you understand that in our culture, we use the word so much that it's lost its meaning. Okay, when you tell someone I love you, it means you're telling the person that you have feelings for that person, that I prefer you, I adore you, I have chosen you over other people, or I prefer you in this setting over someone else. Like, you could have a best friend, and that's your best friend at work, or a classmate, or someone who is a partner. Let's say on a project. You're both lawyers or doctors. Anything that deals with people who are in a common area and they prefer each other. You can say you're friends, and there's love there. There is a connection. Now, also, the other way is it's a sexual thing. You can say to somebody, I love you, in the sense that I want to make love to you. I want to share my body with you. I want to have intercourse, and I want to have a relationship with that part in it. Okay. Now, again, a sexual relationship is not necessarily convey love. Okay? People can get together and they can just have sex. You've heard that the friends with benefit thing, and they do all the things that people do when they're supposedly in love, but there's no words being said. It's like you could perform the act, but you can't say the words. Now, do words have meaning? Of course they do. I believe you should never tell someone, I don't like you, unless you never want to see them again. Because once you tell someone you don't like them, you can't erase that from their memory. Okay? You can't come back from that. But also, you shouldn't tell someone, I love you, unless you understand what it means to them as well. Now, there have been times when I've told someone, especially someone who I hadn't known for very long, that, I love you. And you have to understand where it comes from. I lived in Canada for a certain amount of years, and in Canada, people were very tactile, very close. And you actually meet somebody, and they would kiss you on the cheek, both cheeks. Or after a short time with being with somebody, you might even receive a kiss on the mouth, a hug and a kiss, or whatever. And so, in that environment, physical affection wasn't seen as the bad thing, but neither were words, because people understood that this is part of the experience, the time you're together. If you're with somebody and you're on a date, and it's a nice date, you say goodbye and you give the person a goodbye kiss. Okay, you don't wait, because it is a time-based thing. when you're feeling a certain way with somebody, you had a good time, you shared an experience that was common, and you both had fun with it, you can say, hey, I love that, and I love you, and it was wonderful. And they understand that it was a time-based thing. It doesn't mean you have to follow them home, or vice versa. But in America, we think that if we say the word I love you to someone, then it means that we want to couple up, that we want to move in, that we want to reform the relationship to make it something that it wasn't intended to be, or move forward too soon. And so it's lost its appeal because of its overusage and its misunderstanding of the meaning behind it. So the reason I want you to know this is because if I tell someone that I love them, I want them to know what it really means. And you shouldn't have to feel like you've done something wrong. It's like if you told someone a joke and they didn't laugh, you have to explain the joke, okay? Because they didn't get the point. But it's not that way when you tell someone you love them. If someone says I love you, you should understand what it means. If you live in another city and I don't see you but on occasion, or I speak to you only on the phone, or see you on Skype, or whatever the case may be, and I say I love you, you can't think I want to move to your city to be with you. I'm going to leave my wife and leave my situation because I've not fallen for you. No. You have to understand the context of what it means. If you're a man and I say I love you, because we're friends, not because all of a sudden I become gay, okay? Or all of a sudden I lost my sense of who I was. Don't make things that are intended to be good into things that are bad. The world does that too many times. And I think the one thing that we still have in this world is our emotions and our affections, and they should be conveyed freely. But because of the way things are done, we have to always add a layer of concern to the person and let them understand what it means. So I'm telling you that. If a man tells you he loves you, and you're a man, it's a friendship thing. Now, you can understand certain things like body language, proximity, if someone's too close or too touchy, or if they're in an emotional state like they're drunk, or they've just had too much fun and it's very, like being at a concert or coming out of a movie that was a horror movie, If the emotionality is there, then the love isn't real. Or at least it's not what it should be. If I'm with somebody, like for example, I drive a taxi, and they're in my cab, and I pick them up and they go, oh, Mr. Cabby, you picked us up, we love you. No, you don't. Okay, you're happy to be in the cab, but, I'm not going to start moving in or expect you to, do anything more than just give me a tip. You really don't love me. You use that word. But if we're friends and we've been together for a while and you understand my personality, then I can say that. I love you. You can say that you love me too. So, I want you to try to do. I want you to really look into this word, and if there's someone in your family who you've never told I love you, tell them. See how it feels. You see, the thing about it is when you tell someone I love you, you're almost exposing yourself. And when you say it, it's like, wow, now what comes next? Do they say I love you too? Do they say thank you? Whatever. But if you don't put it out there, you'll never really know what it means. And we need to get back to telling people who we care about how we feel. Just think if someone who you knew passed away. They were a close friend, a relative, even a mother or father or a sibling, and you never told them how you felt. Would it be okay? Would it be okay for you to know you would never see them again in this life, and you never told them that you loved them? I don't think you should do that. You should let people know how you feel. Tell them you love them. So go down the list. Now, I don't think it's appropriate for you to get off the phone with your boss and say, I love you. Okay? But I think it's important to let people who you know, who are close to you, how you feel. And if we can put ourselves out in that way and not be afraid of being trampled on because they didn't, come back with the same words or make us feel that we did something good, then we understand that it's not about someone returning the emotion or the words. It's about putting it out there. And they might come back to you next time and say, "Oh, you know what? I love you too," or they feel that it was said, it was done. But one last thing: when you are in a situation with somebody, you need to make sure that you understand what it's going to mean to them before you say it. And sometimes it's like when you learn things, you might not want to vocalize it. You might just want to feel it and let that feeling be there. So like you're with somebody and you feel it's not time to say I love you. You know it's there, and just hold on to it. Love them in a way that lets them know that they're loved, but you might not want to say it. And then when the time's right, when you say it, you prepared it, and it's natural. It's not forced. Okay. So I end this. I hope you enjoyed the video I made tonight, and we'll talk to you later. Goodbye.